Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened on Friday?
I cheated. I went back and looked a little bit.
What?
Sort of. I just glanced at it. But it was like David was doing the same shit he'd been doing. He's been getting crowned king, and he was killing Philistines and shit like that.
And he captured Zion.
Yeah, that one. That's because we had to discuss what Zion was in the Q&A. So, yeah.
And then
sorry, I cheated.
And then he had more children.
Yeah, they just popped. I mean, he was popping them out left and right.
Well, his girls were.
Yeah, we don't even know how many people he's married to now because it said there was new wives, but they didn't mention who any of the fucking new wives were.
Are they important? They're just vessels. That's what the SCOTUS has told me.
I don't know. Somebody told me that they're looking forward to when we meet one of his wives, Bathsheba. So
right.
I keep in my mind, I'm like, when's Bathsheba coming in?
You said Beth, but it's Bath.
Bathsheba.
Bath. Like take a bath.
Sorry.
Bathsheba.
I'm just listening to the story here. I'm not reading it, so I don't get to see the words, you know?
I know. I'm just telling you.
I know you're telling me.
But even if we do
now I got it, Bathsheba.
But even if we do meet Bathsheba and find out she's awesome, at the end of the day, according to SCOTUS, women are merely vessels for carrying babies. And the reason that they want babies is not because babies are awesome, because otherwise, you know, we would have an awesome, like, maternity and paternity time off and lots of care for children and health care for the mom and the children. But no, we don't have all that. So it's just for us to keep popping out babies that we can't afford to have, to create this dumbed down, stupid fucking workforce for them. Because did you hear that Amazon is running out of people to exploit?
No, I did not hear that.
Oh my God, I heard this in a news podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There was an internal memo leaked that said that they are running out of resources to exploit. Resources being fucking people. They need a bigger workforce. So let's pop out more babies as fast as possible so that Amazon can have a fucking workforce.
Okay. Well, now that you went on for like an hour, I'm going to just say one more thing here before we go into the next chapter, or before we go into the reading of the Bible. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, just for the record, here at Sacrilegious Discourse, fuck at least 6 of the SCOTUS.
Right. Yes. Fuck them.
Those 6 in particular.
Those 6 in particular.
Right.
Also, this is coming out on July 4th, which is American Independence Day. And I'm not feeling it this year, y'all.
Right.
I'm pretty fucking angry and irate. I do not feel patriotic. I'm not proud to be an American. Some fucking motorcycle guys just rode through town blasting a fucking radio that was playing God Bless Texas. And you know what? Fuck Texas. I lived there, so I can say fuck Texas.
Yeah, they probably didn't live in Texas.
No, they didn't. They lived in fucking Ohio. They've probably never even been out of the state.
Possibly out of the metro area.
I'm betting.
Just saying.
I'm betting. Fucking redneck piece of shit. Anyways.
Jesus.
Okay.
You were on rare form tonight.
I am not a happy person right now.
All right. Well, what are we reading today?
Okay, that was me going off after 2 Samuel chapter 5. Today we are reading 2 Samuel chapter 6.
All right, let's go read it.
We're going to go read it now. Okay, 2 Samuel chapter 6.
Okay.
David goes to bring the ark.
What?
David goes to bring the ark.
I'm interested.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what this is about, but I'm interested.
Well, doesn't he already have
Wait. Is
the
this the Ark of the Covenant? Or this is probably the Ark of the Covenant. I thought, for like in my mind when he said Ark, I was thinking like Moses' Ark. I'm like,
you mean
he's gonna
Noah's Ark?
That's what I meant, yeah.
Oh my God.
I always get Noah and Moses confused. Always.
I get those guys confused except for if the word Ark is mentioned, then I know it's Noah's Ark.
I don't know. My mind just didn't work there. So.
But no, yeah, they're not talking about Noah's Ark, and they're definitely not talking about Moses.
But the Ark of the
Covenant.
Okay, that makes more sense. But it's just it's like it's been hundreds of years, and this is like, like we're hundreds of years after Joshua, and this is the first mention of the Ark since Joshua.
That's not true.
It's not?
No, they talked about the Ark being in Judah or something. And it was stolen, and then they brought it back, and...
That was right after Joshua, though. That was still in the time of, right after Joshua.
Wasn't that in the time of Samuel? I'm pretty sure that was in the time of Samuel.
Okay.
I thought that was in 1 Samuel that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong, but...
I could be wrong, too. I don't know.
Well, you guys are...
I probably am wrong.
You guys are better at keeping us straight, so let us know on Twitter if...
Yeah, when did the Ark get stolen? Because I can't remember exactly what...
And they brought it back with wandering cows, remember?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was 1 Samuel.
Well, I'm looking it up after the podcast, too, because I'm curious. So.
Okay. Well, you guys let us know also.
Right.
Okay? So let's read this.
Yeah.
Then David again gathered all the elite troops in Israel, 30,000 in all. That's a lot of
a lot of troops, yeah. Normally they only need like 300 to defeat their enemies or some stupid shit.
But he did kill his 10,000s.
Right.
So, I mean, he can have as many as he wants.
I guess.
He led them to Bala, I don't know.
Sure.
Bala of Judah to bring back the Ark of God, which bears the name of the Lord of Heaven's armies, who is enthroned between the cherubim.
Huh. Okay.
That God guy.
So, like, literally God sits on the Ark of the Covenant?
That's what they're saying.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Between the cherubim.
Yeah. Which, that's also... So, hear me out here.
Okay.
Because we were talking about in one of the Q&As that... actually, it was the one about Zion. So, Zion... is also known in the New Testament as, like... Heaven, basically, right? Mm-hmm. So, literally, God is sitting on a throne in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're gonna... That's what this is... Like, if you look at it from the perspective of... They're saying heaven in the New Testament versus... This is heaven on earth, essentially. Mm-hmm. That there's the throne right there in heaven, essentially.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's... a stretch, but I'm just saying, like that's...
the equivalency.
Yeah.
If we were reading this with the New Testament in mind, which we haven't read yet, so we're not supposed to.
Right. But I'm just saying, if we are imagining that God is throned on the fucking Ark of the Covenant, and He's in Zion, and Zion is heaven in the New Testament, then that's true. Interesting. That's all.
Okay, I see that. That's a good stretch.
It's just, I'm just...
It's decent.
I'm making some connections that I have no idea about. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'll allow it because I'm sure Christians have done that.
Sure. I mean, they make up all kinds of shit, so...
Mm-hmm. They take a connect the dot, and by the time you're done with it, it's not even a picture that was what the original was drawn.
Right.
It's an entirely different... Like, if the connect the dot was a cat... By the time they get done with it, it's a fucking house with a barn and a horse.
Right.
And you're like, how the hell?
Yeah.
They placed the Ark of God on a new cart and brought it from Abinadab's house. Wasn't
Abinadab just had it in his house?
Wasn't Abinadab, that's one of Saul's kids, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
But he just had it in his house.
He had it in his house.
Huh.
Which was on a hill.
Okay.
His house, the house on the hill.
But the Ark was just sitting in some dude's house.
I mean, okay, it's not like a house like our house. It's going to be like a big old, like, villa estate thing.
I mean, that's what you're imagining.
Yeah.
It could just be a mud hut that's enough room to sleep one person. And he's got that and a fucking Ark sitting over there. He's like, God damn, taking up my pillow space over there.
I'm sure if he had the Ark that it was a decent digs.
Okay.
That's my impression.
All right.
Uzzah and Ahio, Abinadab's sons, were guiding the cart that carried the Ark of God. Ohio, not Ohio, Ohio.
Right. It's interesting to me that they are not calling it the Ark of the Covenant, though.
Yeah.
It's the Ark of God, or is that what they're saying? The Ark of God?
The Ark of God.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if there's something in that, like why they changed the language again out from under us.
Yeah.
They were guiding the cart that carried the Ark of God. Ohio walked in front of the Ark. David and all the people of Israel were celebrating before the Lord, singing songs and playing all kinds of musical instruments. Lyres, harps, tambourines, castanets, and cymbals.
Sounds like a good old time.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's like a New Orleans street party when they got the Ark behind them.
Badass, yeah. You know? Na, 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 na. Yeah. But when they arrived at the threshing floor, we know about those threshing floors.
I don't. Well, I mean, there was maybe just
the threshing parties. Had like a little
threshing
wild.
orgy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when they arrived at the threshing floor of Nacon, the oxen stumbled.
Oh no!
And Uzzah reached out his hand and steadied the Ark of God.
Oh, thank something.
No, I bet that's bad. He fucking touched it with his hand.
He's gonna get burned because it's got that radiation.
He's gonna melt like in Indiana Jones.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then the Lord's anger was aroused against Uzzah. See?
Oh man! But he was just trying to steady it, man.
Well, he shouldn't have fucking touched it.
What did he get?
Let it fall.
What the fuck? No. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, and he knows it. God's stupid.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Like, no.
It's like how a flag is not supposed to drape on the floor. So, like, if you did, like, a slide into first base to make sure that you slid in under it to catch it before it drags on the floor.
Yeah.
And then the flag gets pissed off that you touched it, and it's like, but did you want to touch the floor instead?
I'm telling you, what they found is fucking uranium.
That could be.
I mean, that was what it had to be.
That could be.
They all fucking get boils and shit, and like they're melting when they fucking touch this shit.
Look what happens.
Okay.
God struck him dead because of this.
Damn.
He was just trying to steady it. Oh my God. So Uzzah died right there beside the Ark of God.
That's really stupid.
I hate this God.
What the fuck was he supposed to do?
Let it drop, I guess.
I guess, but that's really dumb.
But then they all would have got in trouble for letting it drop.
Right. God. There's like literally no reason to kill this guy.
No, none.
Not that they've given.
No.
That was one of the dumbest reasons I've seen so far.
Picking up sticks on the wrong day.
That's why I qualified
eating
one of
honey or
lighting the wrong fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
David was angry because the Lord's anger had burst out against Uzzah. He named that place Perez Uzzah, which means to burst out against Uzzah, as it is still called to this day.
David was angry at mad. God.
He was like, "Fuck you, my dude."
And God let David be angry at him? But he killed Uzzah for trying to steady the fucking ark.
Yeah. So now
sounds to me like some shit happened, and dude got killed, and they blamed it on God for some reason. I don't know why, but they blamed it on God because it had to do with the ark. And then. So
David's mad. Let me read you the next sentence.
Okay, all right.
David was now afraid of the Lord because he got pissed off.
If he was afraid, then why would he be mad at him? If you were afraid,
he's afraid of him because he got mad.
Oh, okay, all right.
So. Okay, here's what happened. So Uzzah accidentally touched the thing to try to make it not fall on the ground, right?
Yeah.
God said, "Fuck you for touching me. Boom, you're dead." And then David was like, "Oh my God, that was so mean." And then he was like, he put his hand over his mouth like, "Did I really say that out loud?"
In God's defense, I just gotta say this. Because you can't see the dude, right?
Right.
Maybe when Uzzah went to go study the ark, he actually punched God in the nuts. I'm just saying, like, as far as...
We weren't there.
And he just reacted, like, smote him right there, because he's like, fuck you.
If you had that kind of power and somebody kicked you in the nuts, might you accidentally smite them?
It could be an accident, like, it could have been an accidental smiting.
An accidental spite.
Because he got punched in the nuts by Uzzah.
That's fair.
I'm just saying. Fair. If we're going to go with that route, it could have been an accident.
It could have been an accident.
Nut punch.
Right.
That's all. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
So David's now afraid of the Lord because he was, he dared to be pissed at him.
Right, yeah.
And he asked, "How can I ever bring the Ark of the Lord back into my care?"
Right, because now you might get, in trouble.
You're going to get cursed, boy.
Yeah.
So David decided not to move the Ark of the Lord into the city of David.
Oh.
Instead, he took it to the house of Obed-Edom of Gath.
Okay.
The Ark of the Lord remained there in Obed-Edom's house for 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and his entire household.
Well, that's good. I guess.
I'm glad God blessed that guy.
And in this 3 months, David didn't decide to just ask God if he was, cool? Because he talked to God a lot.
God,
you
are
know?
we good?
Yeah,
are we
right?
good?
Wouldn't you just be like, are we all right, dude?
You hurt my feelings when you killed that guy. I'm sorry I got mad at you.
Right.
Can we be good now?
It's not like God doesn't know you're mad at him, right?
Right.
So wouldn't you just like try to clear the air if you can talk to him? If I could talk to God, I would sure as hell try to clear the air.
I would ask a lot of questions.
Well, yeah, that too. That too. But I'm just saying, like, if I thought I was in trouble, I'd try to clear the air.
Right.
Like, what's up, man?
Yeah. So, next section.
Yeah.
Okay. The Ark brought to Jerusalem.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
Yep.
Then King David was told, the Lord has blessed Obed-Edom's household and everything he has because of the Ark of God.
So we can't let it stay there. We gotta bring that blessing shit over here,
I
man.
need the blessings.
Right?
So David went there and brought the Ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David with a great celebration.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this blessing now and you can celebrate.
Yeah.
Yay, I get the blessings.
I bet the dude that got it taken from him, he's like, I'm good. You guys can just leave it here.
Yeah. Like, I have no beef with it being in my
Right.
garage.
Yeah, it seems
That's
to be
fine.
going well. You
Right?
know?
After the men who were carrying the Ark of the Lord had gone 6 steps, David sacrificed a bull and a fattened calf. And David danced before the Lord with all his might, wearing a priestly garment.
Okay.
He's like...
6 steps.
6 steps.
Like, in total?
In total,
like,
6
left
steps.
the house, walked 6 steps,
and then he was like,
sacrificed animals.
Hang on, we got to sacrifice and
You gotta
dance.
do this every 6 steps?
All I
It's
could
gonna be
think,
a long fucking trip.
Okay, so you're caught up on the steps. What I was thinking is, remember in the movie Footloose when that guy was like, dancing is evil. But like, these people dance all through the Old Testament.
Yeah, they also marry a shit ton of people too.
No, I'm just saying.
And have
like,
abortions and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I know.
Like, it was a stupid thing to pick, as with many
right.
points. It was a stupid one to pick out because they all dance.
Right.
So Footloose was based on people being dumb.
Yeah, people just choose what they want to. I mean, you can pick it. You can make the Bible say whatever the fuck you want it to say.
It's so true.
So I mean, that's the real truth of the matter. Mm-hmm. So
David and all the people of Israel brought up the Ark of the Lord with shouts of joy and the blowing of ram's horns. But as the Ark of the Lord entered the city of David, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looked down from her window. When she saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, she was filled with contempt for him.
Why?
I don't know.
It's interesting.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Why is she mad at him?
That God was, God.
Yeah.
So why would anybody be mad that he's trying to appease and please God?
I mean, basically he's dancing on, please don't be mad at me.
Right? Yeah.
I love you so fucking much, God.
Maybe he didn't do any of that dancing and stuff to her. Maybe he just slaps her around and says, cook me some dinner. And she's like, fuck you. Look at all that shit you're doing for that God guy. And then you're not doing shit for me.
And then you're like, woman, make me a sandwich.
Right, yeah.
They brought the Ark of the Lord and set it in its place inside the special tent David had prepared for it.
Okay.
They pitched a tent. And David sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings to the Lord.
I thought that the only, according to, was it Exodus or what was it? Or maybe it was Leviticus. When they were building the Ark or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I thought that the only place that the Ark was supposed to be housed was in the tabernacle.
The tabernacle.
Yeah, there it is. But that was specifically the only place it was supposed to be housed. Mm-hmm. And now it's in people's houses, and they're building the tents.
Okay, wait. Maybe it's still in the tabernacle, and then the tabernacle is inside the house and the tent and the garage and the living room.
I call bullshit because the fucking tabernacle was like a place of worship, just about. So,
right.
I don't think that's the case. But again, they haven't specifically said not, but I would think that the tabernacle would get a mention if it was there.
True, but
because it was a pretty big fucking deal.
But they were traveling with the tabernacle. That leads me to believe that the tabernacle is movable. Therefore, being movable, it probably can fit inside. Like when they say tent, I don't think they mean like a backyard little, camper tent. I think that they mean like a housey tent.
But still, I think the tabernacle would get a mention.
Maybe not.
I'm just,
I mean, they don't.
I would like to know what happened to the tabernacle.
They don't always say the obvious things.
But I
you know what I mean?
I want to know what happened.
Like, if we say I went to my room, we don't specifically say I went into my house, into my bedroom of the house. You know what I mean?
Right, but how many times did they say tabernacle in that section?
They did when it was important.
So it's not important anymore?
It's not important anymore.
Okay.
It's probably just, like, part of it. Old hat. They also haven't mentioned the fucking pomegranates in ages.
All right.
When he had finished his sacrifices, David blessed the people in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies. Then he gave to every Israelite man and woman in the crowd a loaf of bread, a cake of dates, and a cake of raisins.
Well, that was nice.
Then all the people returned to their homes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
When David returned home to bless his own family, Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet him. Okay, I think we're going to find out why she's mad.
Okay.
Okay, I'm really excited about this. She said in disgust, "How distinguished the king of Israel looked today, shamelessly exposing himself to the servant girls like any vulgar person might do."
Oh, wow.
Oh, she jealous.
I mean...
He must have been a good-ass dancer.
Okay, look, he already had all these kids. He's married to how many women?
And she's mad because he's dancing.
Right?
Not because he's fucking 1,000 women and married and having babies.
Right, yeah.
Because he danced for God.
Yeah. Maybe she's just expressing some pent-up resentment.
That's what I think.
Over the other,
yeah,
women that he's married / slept with and everything, so.
She's not really mad he was dancing for God.
Because it looks like he might, I mean, based on the dancing bit and how mad she was, maybe he's thinking of expanding that harem that he's got going on.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. David retorted to Michal, I was dancing before the Lord who chose me above your family and all his family. Hello? He appointed me as the leader of Israel, the people of the Lord, so I celebrate before the Lord. Yes, I'm willing to look even more foolish than this, even to be humiliated in my own eyes. But those servant girls you mentioned, all indeed think I am distinguished.
Oh.
That was not
smart. The right way to say that.
That is not how you make your woman feel better.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Nope. That's not good, dude.
I'm glad that you know that. Like, if I see you talking to a bunch of waitresses or something, not that that's ever happened in the history of ever.
Right.
But if I did and I came up to you and I was like, I saw you talking with all those fucking waitresses, asshole. Yeah. You wouldn't be like, yeah, because they liked my ass. That's why. Like, no, that's stupid. What you do if you're trying to, like, be an understanding, nice guy is be like, okay, clearly she's feeling insecure.
Right.
So it is my job, if I want to smooth shit over, to be understanding of her insecurity and to reassure her and be like, oh, honey, those waitresses are ugly or stupid, or no, actually, I was trying to settle the bill because they charged me $500 billion trillion more than I expected.
Yeah.
And I thought if I did a little flirty or something, they might lower the bill.
Sure.
But no, I'm not going home with any of them ever, ever, ever. I don't even want to kiss them because they're gross and also COVID. I'm coming home to you, my love.
Right.
Like, just reassure.
Yep.
You know? So Michal, the daughter of Saul, remained childless throughout her entire life. The end.
What the everlasting fuck?
Okay, sometimes I love the way I read this, if I may pat my own self on the back.
It's just okay, well, I mean, but seriously though, like, you
does that mean that he didn't ever fuck her? Does that mean that he fucked her but she was barren? Does that mean that God didn't like the way she was going off and so he was like, no baby for you?
Well, obviously, it's to show that he was right and she was wrong. Mm-hmm. He has the favor of God, and God's punishing her by not having babies or something. Right.
But what I want to know is, were the babies withheld by God or by David?
No, it would matter, definitely, for sure.
Because if he didn't fuck her, then that's why she didn't have babies.
Right.
But if he...
Sounds like he didn't care much about hurting her feelings, so...
Which is rude. She was the first one that ever truly loved him.
And saved his ass, really.
And saved his ass. She and her brother Jonathan, remember?
Yeah.
That's why He's mad because Jonathan's dead, and that was his real love.
Mm.
He was like, I didn't really want you, Michael. I wanted your brother Jonathan.
Well, also, she saved him by putting, letting him escape and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe he's resentful that somebody other than God saved him.
Right. And not only that, but a piece of shit woman.
Right.
Like, no man wants to be saved by a woman.
Maybe that was degrading to him.
Probably was, because men are fucking stupid like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They have teeny tiny egos stuck in the, pits of their dicks. Oh, did a girl help you? Oh, you're so small.
Yeah, so on that note, that was 2 Samuel chapter 6, right?
And tomorrow we will be back for 2 Samuel chapter 7, and I'll try to be less pissy.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.